Hare Krishna. So, Krishna spoke about a person who leaves the body at an appropriate auspicious time in the light. That person goes to the Supreme, that is Brahma Jyoti. Now, let's discuss two more shlokas where Krishna is speaking first that what happens to a person who leaves the body in dark, and we'll see the summary of both the cases. The case 1, the person living in light, and the case 2, that person living in darkness. So we're going to see two shlokas in this particular video. Shloka number 25 and 26. Dhumo ratristatha Krishnaha Shanmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandramasam Jyotir Yogi Prapya Nivartate Shukla Krishne Gati Yete Jagatah Shashvate Mate Ekaya Yatyanavrittim Anyaya Vartate Punaha. So this is shloka number 25 and 26. So Krishna is saying that Dhumo Ratris Tatha Krishnaha Shanmasa Dakshinayanam. So the one who leaves the body in Dhumo, that is in smoke, Ratrihi, night, Krishnaha, the fortnight of dark moon. That is basically, in the previous one it was the waxing moon, now here it is basically the waning one. And then Shanmasa Dakshinayanam, the 6 months when the sun passes on the southern side. So in the previous shloka it was northern side. So a person who leaves the body in this particular time through these particular deities, what happens? Tatra Chandra Masam Jyotir. Such a person actually reaches the moon planet. Moon planet is one of the heavenly planets. But then the problem is, Yogi Nivartate, he returns. He returns back to this earthly planet. And in the next shloka it is said that Jagatah Shashvate Matihi, that is, according to the Vedic opinion, what is the Vedic opinion? There are two ways of leaving the body. So we have just seen that. That is Shukla Krishna Gati Yete. Shukla, that is one in light, and Krishna, that is in dark. So it is said, one of the path, Ekaya Yati Anavrittim. So one path, that is in the light, if someone leaves the body, what happens? Such a person, Anavrittim, he doesn't come back. He doesn't come back to this material world. And the next one is Anyaya Vartate Punaha. But the one who lives in the darkness, what happens? He returns back. Now, these two shlokas are very nice, which actually talks about a person who leaves the body in the darkness. So, here it is said, how the person leaves the body in the darkness. So, first, Dhumaha. So, he is taken to the deity of smoke. And then Ratrihi. From that deity, he is taken to the deity of night. Then Krishnaha. Then he is taken to the deity of the waning moon or the fortnight of dark moon. And from there, he is taken to Shanmasa Dakshinayanam, the deity of 6 months when the sun passes to the southern side. So from one deity to another, from one segment of the universe to another, finally the person reaches where? He reaches to the moon planet. And moon planet is one of the heavenly planets. So here it is given that Kapila Muni in 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, he says that those who are expert in fruitive activities and sacrificial methods on earth attain to the moon at death. So it's not that by using a spaceship we can go on the moon planet. Even if we go, we will not find anything. What is the process of going to the heavenly planet? There were demons in the past who wanted to build staircase not to the heavenly planet. But then the actual process or the bona fide one is by doing fire sacrifice, by doing various rituals given in the Vedic scriptures, the pious activities. When he gets a lot of pious credit, such a person becomes eligible to enter that planet. It's almost like a person writing some entrance exam for some professional college. Only when he crosses a certain threshold that is set by that particular university, he will get admission there. Similarly, there is a threshold of pious credits, punya, that is needed to go to the moon planet or heavenly planet. So here it is said, these elevated souls live on the moon for about 10,000 years by demigod calculation and enjoy life by drinking somaras. They eventually return to earth. Such an amazing thing. 10,000 celestial years. So basically, one day of celestial year is basically 6 months here in this material world. So one day of that planet is 6 months here. So now we can imagine, if we start calculating 10,000 into half year of this place, 0.5. So how many years the person will actually stay there and enjoy? So, I did a mistake, 10,000 years, so 10,000 into 365 days into whatever the calculation is of this world. So that's how that many years the person will live, in the moon planet. It's so wonderful that in the moon planet or in the heavenly planet, the person will get to enjoy so many things. There will be celestial damsels who will be there dancing for the person. There will be nice somaras. By drinking that somaras, the person will get kick, but the body will remain healthy. Such an amazing thing, isn't it? Person can just enjoy. No birth, no death, no disease, just enjoy. But the problem is when the pious credits finishes, the person just comes down. Just comes down to this earthly planet, again takes birth in some womb here. So it's an important point to note that even if we go to the planet of Brahma, Brahma Bhuvana Loka, even if we go to the planet of Brahma, still the person has to come back to this earthly planet. Only when a person goes beyond this universe and attains the spiritual realm, then that person can be safe. So here finally it is said that this means that on the moon there are higher classes of living beings, though they may not be perceived by the gross senses. So it's like on this planet, earthly planet, our body is made up of more of earth and water. That's how we are always grounded on this planet. But then when it comes to the heavenly planets, what happens? The subtler elements becomes more prominent, like ether and air, that becomes more prominent. Finally, when we reach the planet of Brahma, there the body is made up of only intelligence. It's very difficult to conceive, but this is what is the fact. So in this way, we understand that even if someone tries to go to moon planet forcibly, still he will not be able to perceive the living beings there and the entire setup there, because we don't have that vision. So in this way, we understand that the person who leaves the body in smoke and other whatever description is given, he will go to the moon planet, but finally has to come back to this earthly planet. So it's all waste of energy. And finally, the summary is given in 26th verse, where it says that there are two ways of leaving the body. That is, one in the light that we saw in the previous video, and one in the dark that we just saw. So when a person leaves the body in light, the person goes to the spiritual realm. And when the person leaves the body in dark, the person has to come back to this material world. So it is given here that those who are fruitive laborers and philosophical speculators from time immemorial are constantly going and coming. Actually, they do not attain ultimate salvation, for they do not surrender to Krishna. So here, even if someone goes to Brahma Jyoti, I am putting a googly now, even if someone goes to Brahma Jyoti, he will be there for a long time, but then there is some probability that he will come down from there also. So, be it leaving the body in light or be it leaving the body in dark, the person has to come back to this material world. But when someone takes shelter of Krishna and attains the abode of Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan, that person will never come back to this material world. And how to attain the abode of Lord Krishna? At the time of death, we have to remember Krishna. Anta kale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. We have to remember Krishna at the time of death, anta kala. And when that happens, then we will go to the planet of Krishna and we'll stay with him eternally. Never ever the person will come back to this material world. Yad gatvara nivartante tadhama paramam mama. Krishna gives the confirmation saying, anyone who comes to my abode will never come back to this material world. So, what is the hope for all of us? Chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, when we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and we practice in such a way, entire life, that finally, at the final exam, that is death, we'll be able to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the last breath, our ticket back home, back to Godhead is confirmed, and the celestial vehicle will come to take us back home, back to Godhead. So after having said this was about Jnana Yogis, Karma Yogis, Ashtanga Yogis. But then Krishna didn't speak much about devotees. Now in the next shloka, Krishna is going to speak about devotees. So are they very much concerned about when to leave the body, in dark, in light? What is their concern all about? So let's see that in the next video. Hare Krishna.